and then you're like, oh, okay, now I have to change.
Yeah, this time
you don't hear freaking Fallout Boys screaming at the top of their lungs. You know, dude. No worries.
Please don't do that like Cole does.
Do what?
Hit that damn thing.
Oh, well, I won't try to. It's kind of close.
Yeah. It's a little in.
Oh, it's in.
There we go. That's better.
Go.
Yeah, it's N64 logo.
Oh, I thought.
Yeah.
Made in shop class.
Yeah, cool. There you go.
You know, I met a guy at work who had his pants down like Cordell did. I could not deal with work that day.
Really?
No.
Yeah. I felt shame.
Great.
That day. You could see the shame.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the AC Ultra podcast, episode 3. I got a special guest here, Peter.
Hi there, everybody.
And
nice being here.
He's been here.
He's
So,
been here.
yeah, great.
Great.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Austin. Wonderful, man.
It just feels so pleasant right now.
Are you going to play Wizard 101 again?
No. Not until I get
The
home.
podcast
Until you
starts
get
and
home.
I'm already getting called out. Sorry, bud.
Yeah,
Just saying.
I really want to have some fun those days. Oh, let's bring back.
So, I was working Wednesday night, and I was on my lunch, and there was a bird in Menards. It was flying around and chirping and stuff, so I thought to myself, I'm like, is that all birds do is just fly around, eat and poop, and like, what if birds were like us? Like, they had like a civilization with like stores and banks and like a bird military and stuff.
So like the sea monkeys in South Park, where they just had to make like a massive society in a tank.
Yeah, that one or the one
Guess that makes sense. I haven't seen South Park.
Yeah, at the birds at my work, they're not smart because they're damn pigeons that come inside the roof and they just go in the little parts that are run down. And they're not smart because they can't dodge the BB gun bullets.
Wow.
That is rough.
We don't like pigeons. Do you know how much poop there is on the floor? And we only have a broom to clean it.
Great.
There's no mop.
It is awful at Menards too. Just pigeon poop on like pallets and stuff. It's just awful.
Well, it's a new coat of paint.
Yeah.
New coat of paint. Wow, there you go. Gotta clean it up somehow,
So at my mom's work, there was a seagull outside the window, and she got to witness the seagull giving birth. Right outside the window at work.
See, I just I just put glycerin on a bunch of French fries, give to a seagull, and watch them explode. Maybe.
Watch them explode.
If you give at that point, if I saw like, okay, seagulls need to be gone somewhere, like be gone thought, but be gone seagull.
Yeah.
Because if you give glycerin to a seagull, they'll literally inflammatory in their bones or something like that. I don't know what it is. Either way, they'll have inflammation inside them to a point where they just.
You would want to kill a seagull?
I always when I heard that, I always thought, what if I ever see that? Like, I don't
Would you be traumatized?
I'd be like, I don't want to do it.
God,
but I want to be there. Yeah, I'm gonna get traumatized. Like, I saw a fucking seagull explode.
I watched it pop, dude. Just blood and viscera everywhere.
I can't ever make Jiffy Pop again.
I explode seagulls daily.
Jiffy Pop makes me think of the flashbacks, dude. I can't handle it.
Dude, when I went over to Walmart one time, I was like, you know what really sounds good? My mom was like, what? And it says Jiffy Pop. I'm like, they still have that? She says, I watched it from a cartoon. I don't think it's going to be real. And she says, oh, it's right there. I'm like, it's real?
Yeah.
I didn't think Jiffy Pop was a real thing.
I haven't had that in forever.
I thought it was like an Anime Toon kind of thing, like how like those little teleport holes that the fucking Roadrunner or the coyote throws down. It's like, okay, I'm going to go teleport. I thought like, there's Jiffy Pop that explodes in a little metal thing that just stays there and it's a plastic. I'm like, doesn't melt or catch fire? And I was a 5-year-old, obviously, so I thought plastic would melt. And I'm like,
right.
Yeah.
And I went to the store, I'm like, it's real?
Right, dude.
It was only for $1 too.
Yeah, Jiffy Pop's surprisingly cheap for just like, it's magic,
and it
right?
tastes
like
good.
It's strange, man. Like, why? It's literally just aluminum, and then like the inside is just popcorn kernels, and you just like roast it a little, and it just.
Yeah.
You know why I was so
like great.
You know why I was so interested in getting that?
Why?
Watching the Cleveland show and watching Cleveland go as he makes it. That's all I can do. I'm like, He's like, and then he paints. He's like, hey, look, I made my own hair. Like the Jiffy Pop bag looked like his hair almost, but something like. I give me some Jiffy. It's like if that was a sales pitch, it won. I'll give myself Jiffy Pop 5 years later down the road.
I bet it's fun to watch that stuff pop.
Yeah.
It's like I think that reminds me of when I went to an old-fashioned rumor sale. I had a bunch of shit, and I looked back and says, "It's an old-fashioned popcorn maker, like this old-fashioned that had that popped and it would go down that little tube wherever it was that was rectangle." And I thought to myself, I could burn my own house with that thing. Because I asked my grandparents, says, "Can I buy that?" For it was like $5, and it says, "Do you want to burn that house down?" It says, "Never seen that happen before." And it says,
"Want to burn down your house?"
No, I said.
Why was that a thought that went through your mind?
I
was
said
popcorn.
I said I never saw that before. I says, well, guess what? If you plugged in anything, it's gonna start a fire. I'm like, okay. And I never bought a single, and I never went near any of those again because I thought that's an anti-fire extinguisher right there. Instead of like an extinguisher that blows foam or whatever on electric, that thing will blow popcorn and make the fire bigger. So I thought, like as a child, I'm like. Oh, like
popcorn
and then 2 years later,
fire.
and then 2 years later, I'm like, oh,
no, stuff.
it's
just
because
burns.
the plug and electrical and the outlet. It's like, oh, because it's not grounded. I didn't notice that until like 3 years later.
Wow.
Great.
I'm just the 7-year-old who thought, oh yeah, that's right, it can be grounded.
Great.
Remember when Cole super glued his batteries into his Game Boy?
I still can't get over that. Every day, whenever I get a moment, I will mention to him, says, yeah, just remember that you put super glue in your batteries, or like coated the batteries, so that way it wouldn't fall out. You couldn't just put the plastic cover on and tape it. No, you put super glue in it.
His batteries kept falling out of his Game Boy, so he super glued them into his Game Boy.
Great. I'm sure that turned out phenomenal.
My question is, after he did that, did he try to turn it on and actually work? Because if it did, I'm like, okay, you got a working Game Boy with that super glue holding it.
With stuck batteries.
If it just went and turned on, I'm like, yeah, see, that's what happens. You put super glue. But if it actually turned on, like, you know what? I gave you $1 for actually making that work somehow.
I'm concerned, but all right, I see you.
Would that actually break it though if you super glued it into your Game Boy?
I feel like it probably would, because like the heat of the glue, like I mean, like it's got to be like put in there first, and then the batteries, and like honestly, the combination of like extreme heat and batteries, like that's got to be an issue somewhere down the road. Like it's gonna like melt through or something. Like battery acid it's mystical in my opinion, because it doesn't make any sense. Why is it just like there to murder things? Like it's in there, and then like as soon as the battery pops and something's got battery acid on it, throw it away, it's ruined, there's battery acid on it. Like what happened? Why does it deteriorate it or ruin it? Like I don't get it. Like I mean, I gotta look up the science or something, but it's weird.
I had to throw away so many Nerf guns because of that problem.
Right.
You know what that reminds me of, speaking of murdering batteries?
Murdering batteries?
Murdering batteries?
Yeah, no, not like killing the batteries. I mean like batteries murdering you.
Well, this is the transition into our ad. One time only.
I was, you know those book fairs we had at our school, right? Like all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what I did was I went and I was into electrical stuff before because my grandpa was a carpenter. I saw this this tiny little kit of build your own whatever it was. And you know how kids buy them and just never put them together.
Right.
Well, that's what I did. I bought it. I never put it together. It just had there. And I had and it came with like 2 jumper cables. Like, I want to know what this does. And so what I did was I attached it to a battery and made it loop into a single circuit with the battery.
Great.
That was a DC battery with those old little metal disc prongs, not the new ones.
Great.
And I was sitting there, I had like that, and I just left it and my mom says, oh yeah, I gotta go home. I'm like, okay, so I left the door. I just left it on the counter.
Yep.
And I completely forgot. The next day, I hear my mom say, you almost killed your grandfather, right? I'm like, what do you mean? She says, oh yeah, that battery exploded and shot about a foot away from his face, and that's the wall. I'm like, it did?
Yikes.
I went over to my grandparents, I looked at it, and I says, I saw the splatter of acid.
Oh, that's great. Wow, family memories. Let's put this one in the book. Remember that time when I was a little kid and I almost killed my grandpa with a battery? Wow.
Great family memories.
That day, my grandpa explained to me alternative current, direct current, and not to use jumper cables in a single loop, only for cars if it's not working.
Did you understand any of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the half eidetic memory thing, so.
How
Even if I didn't understand it, I will still retain the information, so.
How old were you?
I think like 7 or 6. I mean, my grandpa made the driver's seat when I was 7, so. Yep, that's why I never get pulled over.
Makes sense.
Well, I've
Now this
never
damn
experienced
thing.
anything
Look
like
who
that before.
showed up, the one thing that hates me.
Special guest. Here we go. No.
Yeah.
All right, Kat.
I hate this thing like my own. It's the same color scheme and everything, and it has the same eyes and the nose and everything, and it acts the same damn way.
Your cats are a little bit bigger.
Yeah, but they're both annoying.
Oh yeah.
That's the main point. You love them to death, quite literally, in some aspects.
They are. Cats are much more annoying than dogs.
Yeah.
You still love them,
cats, but damn,
sometimes
man.
I wonder what would it be like if they were dead.
Wow, okay, that's great.
man,
Like
Metaphorically
anything else that
speaking.
died.
So, have you boys been playing any good games recently? Transition, anyone?
Oh, yeah.
All for
I restarted my
Halo
Fallout
4?
4 all over again.
Fall for you.
Their brain wasn't working.
The guy who was level 76 before I met Kellogg, restarted his
I
entire
have
game.
no idea how.
Great.
Yeah, I still
Did
don't
you
know.
do the DLCs too?
No.
No?
I got level 72. I'm like, okay, I'll start doing the story. Did the story, level 80. I'm like, I'm going to do Far Harbor, level 90. And I'm like, I'm going to do the Automatrons and the Nuke World, 104, and that was it.
I beat the game, mostly all the side quests, the first DLC, and half of the second DLC, and I'm only level 59, not even close to 70.
Right now, after about 4 days, I'm level 45. I wanted to get the story with because that way I'd have the good ending. I can just do all the stuff I need to do. I just need to do all of the railroad quests up until Randall Safe House 6, and then I'm gonna do nuclear options, like the ultimate good ending. And then I'm just gonna do all the side stuff, and then maybe do Far Harbor and then Nuke World if I have the correct settlements the way I want them. Because I already have Red Rocket maxed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the item glitch where you just toss a bunch of weapons or armor pieces on the floor and you just press store them in the warehouse and it makes the size go down, and so it's that way I can just keep building.
That's weird.
Dude, that's strange, man.
Ever since I heard, because when I built settlements before, I'm like, there's no way you can make a decent settlement with this amount of space the way the game's considering. So when I heard that, I'm like, okay, that's the one glitch in my life I will do, because I always said I'll never do mods, I'll never do glitches in any game, because I want to see the game the way the creators did. And I thought to myself, the creators were stupid, whoever made this idea about the size.
Dude,
and ever
wild.
since then, I just went like there's no tomorrow. I think, the way, you know how you always wondered how settlements actually work? Everyone always asks me, how do you make settlements 100% happiness? Like, I have 7 settlements that are all 100% happiness.
I've been trying, and it's difficult.
How though?
Yeah, this is what it is. So,
Goofy.
there's a few requirements. One, if you have high charisma and you have the +1 on armor or anything, no matter what you do, you always have max of 24 people in a settlement. Sometimes 20, depending on your charisma. But for every charisma point you have is a settler you get to your settlement. You need 20 to 24. Then you need the equal amount of beds. Then you need the equal amount of water. Now, water, if you're smart, if it's more than equal to the amount of settlers, then you can just take the purified water and sell it for caps.
I heard
Every
about
3
that.
days, it'll get 200, and each one, if you have the the buying perks, like in the first
Like
one
bartering?
category,
Yeah.
if you have both those alone, for every water you sell is 40 caps.
Okay.
And so I just go to, so every 3 days, I take it, sleep 3 days, take it, and I just go down and say, go all the vendors, and I make 1,000 caps every day. And if you invest in even more, then there's more caps, there's double. I just do that the entire time every 3 days, and I already have like 10,000 caps in about 3 hours.
Okay.
That's the easiest way. That's the way I do it, so.
Yeah, yeah.
But besides the water, you need defense. I just put missile turrets down. I mean, they only require 2 power,
Right.
Yet they produce 15
Right, well, for defense.
for defense rather than the wooden things. I just add the wooden things for decoration at that point. But I have all those in all the corners, and I have one spot. I have 2 in each corner, and I have 1 spotlight just in case, so I can see stuff and I can program to follow me if needed. So that way, when I'm fighting enemies, it'll be on me, so I can at least see around me rather than have my Pip-Boy activated. So
Okay.
I have that. Then I make 6 max stores, which is like 1,500 to 2,000 caps just to put down. That's
Okay.
if you have the local leader perk and all those. And if you put those down, then you're even making more caps as is. Also increase your happiness. Then besides the stores, like everything's got to be equal to everything.
Okay.
And last but not least, you need that size bar to be yellow. Even though it's just horseshit the way it works, it still needs to be yellow.
Yellow?
For full
Why is that?
wise, like space wise is full.
Oh.
And then I just put 2 100 power generators, which is fusion core generators, which is not that hard.
I heard that power doesn't matter
You just
for your
need-
happiness.
It does and doesn't. I mean, you don't need it, but for certain settlements, you need the pumps, which need power to get water. So either way, if you want your stuff to work, you need power.
Well, yeah.
I just have it so I can have it for the water stuff and for decoration. I just use 2 of them because I put like light streets everywhere.
Right.
I mean everywhere.
Right.
Oh.
So, welcome to the tutorial portion of the podcast. Now, I'm
So-
gonna say-
See, that
What
just,
about you?
That just shows
I've
you
been-
how crazy I get with settlements.
all right, bud. Recently, I've been playing a lot of Dead Rising 3, which I mean, it's gotten some flack for just being an exclusive. And honestly, I've owned it for a couple of months now and just haven't opened it up or played it. And I don't know why, but it's quickly just become one of my favorite games, just because there's enough time to mess around and do whatever, and try on crazy outfits, do whatever you want in it. And then there's also just murder time and whatever. And then there's time where the main story needs to take over, and you get that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've done 2 playthroughs of the campaign, both on S rank. Wow, what a cool kid over here. But I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I'm just getting into the small DLC stories, which honestly only take about 20 minutes, but they're really fun. And I don't know. It's been a really fun time just screwing around in that game, and just I don't know. It's fun. I don't know. To bring Fallout forward up to 2 seconds, I haven't finished the main campaign, but I've gone to Far Harbor, and I'm trying to get some of that done. But every single time I go to Far Harbor, I'm like, oh, I want to bring. It's like insert random follower here, and then it's like, oh, you should bring Nick, and it's like, why though? I love Nick,
Yeah.
but like, he's not my favorite. He's interesting because he's a detective and radiation stuff, and he's a robot and all this, and it's got an interesting narrative to it. But I like Far Harbor, and I just want to go there and explore and murder stuff, which I usually bring, my robot, which we shall remain nameless for now because
That you made?
Yep.
Oh.
he's got a wonderful name, but that's not podcast appropriate. So no, there's that. But yeah, I don't know, man.
I think the only 2 reasons besides for Nick was besides the story wise,
Right.
it's extra story for bring Nick because
Right.
of certain characters in Far Harbor. The only thing I got to comment on Fallout is 2 things. One, the DLC could have been better. Should have been updates.
Could have been so much
I know.
better.
Everyone says, and this is true.
Man.
They should have been updates. Not except Far Harbor. Far Harbor was it was a really
Far Harbor
good
was
DLC.
from what I've played
The
through.
Vault Tech and the building ones, they should have been updates. And Nuke World, they should have put more effort. I mean, it was a good idea, but forcing the player to go evil, that's a whole different concept.
Yeah, I haven't gone there, so
Yeah.
that seems really interesting. But like, I don't know, it's weird. There's not like a good path to that one.
You know what the worst part about that is?
Yeah.
You can do, there's a good ending and a bad ending. The bad ending makes you be a raider boss.
Okay.
And
Great, cool.
And then,
So I mean, that sounds awesome. It's just like,
Yeah.
wow, like the way you presented
That'll
it.
be like
wow,
the first, like,
how
two-
boring, how very boring.
In 2 minutes, that's what you realize.
In
And then
2 minutes,
like when you
okay.
play the DLC, that's in 2 minutes you'll be said, "Oh yeah, you're the boss." It's like, okay.
Okay, great.
And the worst part is halfway through, and this is something that everyone should know before you even start a Nuke World.
Yeah.
Including the
Haven't
people
started
including no one's ever heard of it. Anything they should know this is that halfway through, you have to get areas for the other raiders that you're at Nuke World. Once you do that, they're asking you if you want to continue with the bad. You got 2 choices now. At that point, you decided whether you want the good or bad. If you want the bad, you'd be like, okay. The settlements you got before, you have to get rid of 6 of them. You have to go there, say, hey, I'm going to kick you out. Raiders going to come here. And then you have to choose a settlement that's going to farm and feed those raiders because they're lazy as hell. And they won't do anything because if you make them do work, their happiness goes down. They'll go up if their work is done for them from other settlements.
That's rough.
So that means you lose 6 settlements that you put your blood, sweat, and tears in. Me, who's done that?
Yep.
And then
looking at one
that
of them.
point, and that's the bad ending, in a
Yep.
sense. I'm not gonna spoil the rest.
Yep.
But for the good ending, you go to the market. That's a really small area, like sort of at the entrance of the place. You go there, and they say, "Hey, you gotta kill everyone."
Great.
And
Cool.
if you do, it's like. That's a good ending. Just
that-
kill everyone.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. That you're telling me this is the good ending?
Oh, and here,
For
and
the
here-
Raiders,
and
it's
here's-
a good ending.
and- yeah, they're dead. They're in they're in hell. Their favorite place. Any case, though, when you do that, though, then it's just becomes settler Nuke World, and that's it. And that's all it happens. But when you go around the Nuke World, they'll still attack you. It's like,
Yeah, what? Like, what?
you know what the worst part was?
Yo.
They're gonna ask you to kill like a certain amount of targets, and people say, they're all like, "Oh, I just have to kill them." That's not too hard. Once you kill one of them, that entire gang of raiders is gonna go after you. Like that one third of the map is gonna gonna kill you. It's like, great, I have to kill everyone, even though the person who gives you the quest says, you don't have to kill these people. No, you straight up lied to me. I had to
Yeah.
kill everyone except you people who tricked me into doing this. And
Yeah.
that's the good ending. And either way, you can go. If you do the bad ending, you lose Preston. You get one chance to
Thank
keep him.
Gosh.
You get one.
He
yes,
stops telling me that
You-
there's a new settlement
No,
to go to?
no. You lose him as a companion, but you're still leader of Minutemen, so he still gives you those quests.
No.
Everyone hates that. By a little trick here, just turn off Radio Freedom. He'll never give you that. He'll never give you. He'll stop giving you quests.
Okay.
Once you get the castle, of course.
Just turn off Radio Freedom.
but-
Sorry, guys. Anybody in the
I'm
area
done with
need
you.
help? No,
No,
not
when I turn.
anymore.
You know what the sad thing is? If you turn it off, you can't if you don't want those quests anymore, you get turn it off. But if you turn it off, you can't use artillery brigades. That take up 5 squares in the map. So if you have like one at every settlement, you can just throw a grenade and you can just bring fire everywhere.
But I don't use the artillery barrages
I know.
because it's just annoying making a place for them and then powering them and then being like, oh, I have these grenades that I can throw.
that take 5
murder.
seconds from to even get takes like 10 seconds for them to even land. By the time my companions already killed them.
Right.
But you
it's
lose-
like they are already up into my face and I'm eating their brains right now because
yeah,
they are dead.
You lose Preston, but then if you don't want to, when you get that one chance, it says, even if you do bad, it says, okay, I still want to keep Preston. You can say, okay, I got it. Even though I lost my 6 settlements, I can still get the good ending. So they just give you the good ending you could have done before, but you still lose your 6 settlements. Like,
Great.
all that progress, yay, gone.
Yep.
That's why I don't want to do the Nuke World DLC yet, because I feel like it's just going to mess up with so many of your allies and stuff. Like if you're with the Railroad or the Brotherhood of Steel.
If you take, they're all fine. They don't give a shit.
Oh, really?
If you have the good ending, they don't care. The only time they care is if it's your companions are with you. McCready doesn't care because the way he is.
Right.
Same with Kate before you do her quest.
Okay.
And Strong, of course. That's about it.
Okay.
Otherwise, but you do get a companion in the DLC. But if you choose a good ending, you gotta kill him. So you just lose. So the companion the game gives you is dead. If you choose a good ending.
Great.
That's about it. That's Snooker World. You go there, you decide, I'm gonna kill everyone, or not kill everyone, then kill them later.
Yeah.
It's like
That's a weird
either
DLC.
ending
Yeah, that's a
is
little
not
goofy.
good. You're gonna
That's a little goofy. Like,
I'm gonna give their approach all of this is catfishing. That's what it is. That's what that whole DLC is. It's catfishing. You want to go kill these people? Okay, it's simple. You gotta kill everyone, man. You gotta kill them all.
Great. And
Like, even though you didn't kill everyone, you still gotta kill them. Oh, you didn't want to kill everyone? Well, you lose this person if you don't. So, one life versus, if you want to save one life, you gotta kill 1,000.
great. Cool.
Well, I'd be like, I don't go help settlements anymore. I'm fine.
I
Because
did
at my
play
settlements,
the,
you know why? Because I put those missile turns are strong. That's the reason why I put them. Is if you have missile turns and you have maybe a few heavy laser turns, like maybe 2 at best,
Right.
in those corners. This settlement's under attack. I just sit there for like 3 minutes, and it says attack perfectly defended. I'm like, I didn't have to go there. It defended itself because I put how much firepower in the damn thing.
Great.
So.
I did play the
That's
Nuka World
why I
DLC once, and I didn't want to kill no one, so I just killed every single raider there.
I don't want to kill everyone, but I did kill everyone. See,
There you go.
can't have a good ending. You just kill everyone either way. Either kill the settlers or kill all the raiders.
Anybody worth the
Either
crap
way,
here must die.
Either way, if I eat them, I will increase Strong's affinity.
Great.
That's how you increase them. It's either cannibal perk, which is how far down the tree,
Yep.
or just kill people who are innocent. You Nook World, all for it.
There it is.
You know what the weirdest thing is happening right now with my Fallout?
Yeah.
Randomly, when I reload a game after not playing for a few hours, my companions was like, "Hey, I need to talk to you." Like, I didn't increase your affinity. I'm already romancing you. All right. I just reload the game and said, "You're like, I love you." I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
We just got about an hour ago. You said that I didn't like what you did, and now you're telling me you love me. Okay. Let's just see how this goes.
All right. Yeah, man. Jeez, weird.
But
weird,
yeah,
weird.
I'm starting all over again. I'm already 45, and I've only been 3 days or 4. So.
Right.
3 days and you're already 45?
Yeah, you know what I do? High charisma, half strength, low bit of intelligence, and then even out the rest with 1 or 2.
I think that's what I did.
Because that way, I have charisma to say, "Hey, more caps," and I use that to build summons in a way, or build my water purifiers. Then I use strength to carry all the stuff, the material. And then the fast travel if I'm overloaded. So I can just go fast travel back and forth, sell all the stuff I need, take the caps. And then with those caps, when I get enough, buy the shipments for materials, build the settlements, done.
I just sell all my pre-war money. Because that will give you a lot of cash.
Right, you find a lot of it too.
There's
for
a
like
quest.
no reason. And it's just cloth. Like, why?
There's a
I
quest.
mean, it's going into someone else's bank account. It's not like it's gonna be any use, dude. Bottle
it's
caps
sold.
might-
There is
caps
one.
off
There is
it.
one
Right.
use besides the cloth one. There is one other use.
Right.
It is that quest when you go to the Galileo with all the Codsworth, the Mr. Handies,
Yeah.
and you go in the bowling alley. And it says, "We want 5,000 in order to play one game of bowling. You gotta pay 5,000 pre-war dollars." I'm like, I don't have enough. And you know what I did? You know what I decided? It says, I wonder what happens if I actually have that amount. So I already have like 4,000 right now of those little pre-war money. If I get a bit more and I do the quest, I wonder what will happen. Because I always wondered, what happens if I have enough money for? They're like, you actually have 5,000 pre-war dollars saved. Jesus,
This is the
you
time.
You didn't turn to sleeping bags. I'm
This
surprised.
is the time where they actually teach you that you can pick up items without having to, like, put them in your Pip Boy. You just, you hold A on the bowling ball, walk forward a little and let it go. It just rolls and knocks it all down.
I saved $5,000 for this.
Yeah, dude.
I did not know that you could do them that till 3 years after the game came out.
Right.
It was so long.
And I couldn't go back. And I says, okay, if I have enough, I got enough of my old save, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back. And they had the same conversation. They want to talk to me like, so you have to have it before. Okay, let's try round 2. Now I got 4,000 out of 5,000. I think that is, or it's 7,000. I don't know. Either way, I'm halfway there. halfway there. No, but
Stop.
but there's a generator. I think one of the machines that makes stuff can do that.
Yeah. Dude, the Dead Rising series is great. It's just it's kind of like over the top, and like the issue with the first one is the fact that it's a little too serious at times, where the entire rest of the series is just goofy. I don't know.
What does it remind me of? It reminds me of something like where a game is like super serious and it just is like full blown like
Right.
nothing.
Like that was with Saints Row. Saints Row started off really, really, really hard, and it was like, yo, okay, we're going to be making a gangster game, and you're going to be, like a hard gangster, and you're going to kill people and do all these difficult missions. Saints Row 2, it's like, okay, through most of this, it's going to be pretty serious until like the final boss battle with each of the head gang leaders, because with I don't remember the name of the red guys, but you fight the guy, and he just pulls out a minigun, and he's just trying to like mow you down on top of a roof after you get through a bajillion of his guys. The green gang, like the stoner guys or whatever the crap, you fight the main boss in the mall for no reason, and the mall is not even like a significant part on the map. No one knows how to get in there until that boss battle, or like later on when missions pop up near there. And then I can't even the Ronins, because you fight the gang leader, and he's got like a katana, and you're just fighting him with swords and stuff. You're not allowed to use guns. You have to fight him to death with a katana. That is awesome, and it's on a yacht after you've like killed his mistress and all this stuff, and it's goofy. The third one starts up ridiculous and just keeps going ridiculous, and the fourth one, it was all out of the wall. They didn't care. It was just amazing. I love the Saints Row series.
So you have a sword, and the other guy has a minigun.
Oh yeah. They're that's the I can't remember. Like they're the something bulls or something. I can't remember, but they're red, and you fight this main drug dealing boss guy through his warehouse, and he just keeps whipping generic gangsters at you, and you're just mowing through them, because at this point you've got like an M16, and literally it takes like 2 bullets to someone and they're done, and it's just intense, considering the fact that like you get up to the roof and he's like, "You've killed all my men. Now I'm going to kill you." See? And he pulls out a minigun and just keeps walking towards you on this other side of the building, and you just can hide behind cover and murder him from a distance. It's so goofy,
Is
man.
this the first game?
That's the second one.
Oh, the
Saints
second
Row 2 was my jam, because that was one of my favorite ones. I think that was probably one of the first games I got for my Xbox, just because it was interesting, and it was just like, I want to play Grand Theft Auto, but I don't want to play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
I want to be able to like customize cars and do whatever I want with it, and that's like the perfect point. Like Saints Row 2 was GTA, but with more, of the customized features that I was expecting from GTA.
See,
So
that 3 things. One, when you said the boat and the sword, I thought Yakuza.
yeah, I
Like
mean,
that.
that's literally like, I mean, they're the Ronin, so yeah, they're and like the Ronin are like samurais who just go out on their own, like they're just their own hitmen. Like you can hire a Ronin and they'll go kill somebody or whatever, but in the game the Ronin are literally, it's just Asians.
Yeah.
Like that's all it is. It's just a bunch of Asians together, and they run around in basically like Toyotas and stuff, and you can start all this crap with them, and like it's just amazing, because you can unlock like a karate style from them, and it's like the only fighting style you want, because the rest of them look stupid as hell, but the Ronin one, all you do is kick people, and they go flying whenever you kick them. It's so dumb. I love it, man. I love it.
This part you said, you have a sword in their minigun. Like I thought of Deadpool from there. Like he just hits all the bullets, but it goes through them. But some of them actually get deflected.
Yeah.
Like that first part of the scene, like. That's like Deadpool from there. Even the first Deadpool game, that's what the guy was. He's like, "You kill men, now I'm gonna kill you." And he just gets killed randomly by some dude. It's like Deadpool,
Deadpool, with Dad.
And lastly, when you said that Saint, it's like serious and fun. Like I thought, like that's like GTA almost. Like and that's what you talked about was GTA. And it's just in my head, it was like GTA is serious about a dad who needs to figure his stuff out with his family, a guy who's like. crazy
Right,
back in the desert. And there are guys that's trying to make some money in a gang, and then you go to GTA Online or whatever, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna fly a jet and just blow someone up in a DeLorean. I'm like,
Yep.
what?
Yep.
Have you ever played Saints Row?
No. I have it downloaded. I have not played it yet.
I've only played 3 and 4.
Yeah, honestly, I think Saints Row 1 is like the hardest one because it's like almost impossible to make money unless you decide to play the mini games.
It's like an Assassin's Creed game. It's
Sorta.
the first one.
But then Saints Row 2, the mini games give you a bunch of unlockable rewards for getting to like the 3rd or 4th level of them. So it's actually worth doing them because like the first one, I mean, you don't get the reward until like the 5th level of the last one. And in Saints Row 2, you go to certain mini games and like say, I don't know, it's like it's like Mayhem or whatever, like the one where you just like blow up a bunch of cars in like the middle of town. But it's the certain one in like you know, on the beach or whatever. And you do that one, get to level 5 of that one. It literally unlocks you unlimited ammo for all of your assault rifles. So you literally never have to reload, and you can use as much ammo as you want. And it makes some of the missions just too easy. And I love it because the first one doesn't do that. The first one punishes you for even looking bad at like a prostitute or anything. Like you look at a cop and he's like, "Excuse me, young man, you're going to jail." It's like, dude, I just started. Like, what is this?
This is not the 1980s.
No, seriously.
No, but it's like that part where you're like the analogy, like the first one's hard and the second one gives you all these games. All I could think of for that second, sadly to say, all I could think of was Finance and Freddy's. First one extremely difficult, and the second one had all these mini games and unlocked all the cheat codes. I mean, everything's super easy. It's like,
no, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is still really, 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 really hard, dude.
What that reminded me of,
they just added the newest one. It's like all the animatronics from the very first game to the most recent, and you have them all in like 2020 mode.
Ultimate Custom Night. So it's 2050 mode, and you fight all of them. Oh, it's ridiculous.
I think Markiplier's like what, made like 4 videos.
Yeah, he's on his 4th
like
one.
2 hours.
He's like, it was like the second or third one, but he looks like he wants to die the whole video. And he's streaming, so you can tell that like it's just generally like he's either had a bad day or he's just sick and tired of looking at all these dead animatronics that are just killing him every single time he tries.
He's like, I'm gonna have to get rid of my crown eventually.
He can't. Seriously, he's the king. Like, he destroyed it when it first came out and all that stuff, but I don't know, man.
At this point, it's like,
I'm rooting for the boy.
He's like, I wonder if I should retire now.
No.
Like in the series.
Yeah.
Not like YouTube.
No, seriously, yeah. Like that second or third episode, he looks like he just wants to die. Hair's all strewn everywhere, and he's just like, "Great, cool. Here comes Chica. Oh no,
here's another episode.
Here comes Blue
I'm doing this
Boy
shit again
for the 15th time.
Right. Oh no, I flashed my flashlight on Nightmare Balloon Boy. I'm dead now. Oh no. Well, crazy reactions. Like,
he's just lost like all hope for the entire game.
His soul is lost because he's getting the most views on just a simple game where he gets spooked. Like, dude, that sucks.
You know what? After all the entire video that I only saw a little bit of part of it for some reason.
Yeah.
And the only thing I could think of was all like a sign with googly eyes goes like in the heavy like beatboxing. It's like,
yeah, number one
what?
crate shows up and it's just freaking like bass and all that. Just goes like, it's just, man, stuff's goofy is all it is. Like, I don't even get it. Why? Why did such a simple idea? You're stuck in a room and there are animatronics from Chuck E. Cheese trying to kill you. Have fun.
And now there's like 50 of them after you.
Now there's like 50 of them, and Scott Cawthon can't get away from his own creation, dude.
He's like, what have I done?
It's an amalgamation of death, and he's like, I hate it all, but yes, money. Seriously though, that's rough.
I remember in the 4th one at the end, he's like, this is like the box that he had at the end was like, this is the real story, but I'm not going to tell anyone because no one's going to accept it. And afterwards, there's a bunch of Five for games that's just like, okay.
Right, you're talking about the fourth one, right? I think.
The Nightmare one?
Yep, that's the fourth one.
That was the one out of the box. And
Yep,
like,
that's the one with the chest.
Scott Cawthon's like, I can, this is the actual story. I have it right here.
Right.
About everything. I'm not going to give it to you because no one's going to accept it, even
Right.
if I say it.
Right, that's the thing, dude. That sucks. Like, the actual story to Five Nights at Freddy's is in that chest, and, like, there are, like, he's already said what the items are. It's just he's not willing to, you know, like, give everyone the satisfaction of the chest opening and then that being the real, true ending that he wanted it to be. Because he doesn't mind the theory crafting. He lets he's letting people do whatever they want with the series and how they think it's going on.
That's Sister Locator comes out
Yep.
first, then your
Yep.
Tycoon game,
Yep.
and now there's just 50 of them after you.
Yep, and now he's got all those books too, and like, you know, trying to connect them all is just intense, and it's hard for him to, like, you know, keep it pieced together without, you know, someone being like, actually this thing happened, so obviously this is wrong and that's wrong, and actually the kitchen, the reason the camera's off is in there is because something crazy. There's aliens in there. It's like, dude.
Coffin's like,
Okay, if you want to believe that one, go ahead.
And
But like,
Coffin's like,
dude.
And Coffin's like, this is my game. You don't know what's in it. He says, yes, I do. I've done my
Yeah,
research. It's
yeah.
like, I'm the creator
Right,
here.
it's like, I made the darn thing. What is this?
I have it right here in a manuscript, for
What
Christ's
is
sake.
this? It's written.
It's in the
on my
programming.
fridge, dude. It's on my fridge. I wrote the entire story one drunken night, and it's on my fridge. But no, nobody wants to accept
If I
it.
go to my-
You know, whatever. Everyone's got their own opinions. I don't even care anymore.
Coffin's
Here,
like-
don't even take my box. It's closed.
Coffin's like,
dude.
I can go in my car and reach the glove box, and it'll be right there in the envelope saying with Five Freddy's story, right, like full blown, right there on the thing. I can open it up, and you're telling me there's aliens in there, and it says, "Yep." What if I show it to you? I still aliens. I get it strips to shreds. Just screw you all. I'm gonna do it your way. Finally.
It's 4 pages long. That's the entire story, but no one will accept it. I don't care. If I literally showed it to you people, you would say that that's wrong and there's a different story going on. I don't care anymore.
Coffin's like, he has the thing right here in his hand. It's like, and then after he's like, bring me the money.
Yeah, dude.
I give up. Just bring me. If you want, I'll give you what you want. Just pay me.
Right.
It's like, it's like he's like working. It's like the business is called fan service, and he's just working in the back section of Five Nights at Freddy's, just sitting there like, at least get the paycheck at the end of the week.
Yeah, dude. FNAF World 2 comes out, and he's like, you know, everyone's gonna theory craft on this game, but it's just a goofy RPG. Oh, man, that sucks. People still think that that's like got lore in it, and it doesn't. It's literally just a goofy RPG.
The first 4 did,
Dang,
and
man.
after that, Colin's like, you
That's
know,
funny.
and then when he said that, the box, and then he just said, you know what, no more stay, I'm done.
Right,
and he just
right.
brings up the Tycoon game, like, build your own Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Even though there's no story to it. People are like, there's a story. Like, it's a Tycoon game where everything is random. How is there a story there?
Right.
And then 20 more, there's 50 of them. You just start in a room, and they're all after you like, what's the story? There isn't. There's 50 of them coming after you.
Yeah.
That's the story. You're getting attacked.
There's theories on it, though. If you look it up, there's theories on it.
By a game theorist.
Yeah,
probably.
Seriously.
They're like,
if
why
I
is-
see Game Theory puts up an episode and it says that there's a theory on FNAF 50/20 mode, I'll actually die. Like, take me now, dude.
He has
Like,
done so many
He's done too
theories
many.
about it. Yeah.
He's done too many.
At least
Did you see
Kaufman's like-
his most recent one is him doing a theory on an activity book for children.
Really?
Yes. There's a coloring book for kids, and it apparently has theories and clues in it.
And lore in it.
Yeah, it's got lore, dude. Like, are you kidding me?
It's like-
it is an activity book for kids.
It's like a person going up to this, like,
Age 3+ is written on the front.
It's like a person.
Ooh.
The guy is probably like goes up to a microphone and says, "You know, I think it's color blue because of Violet from Willy Wonka. The person who got the idea was watching Willy Wonka that day."
Yeah, dude.
It's like it's
Like-
just blue because it's fucking blue.
Yeah, dude.
That's the colors.
Charlie and the Chocolate
come in
Factory
multiple-
lore is in this
People
game.
like colors.
It's connected canonically, okay? You
People
don't
like colors.
understand.
People like color blue. Let's make a blue microphone. No, it's because of Willy Wonka, boy.
No, you don't understand. Augustus Gloop opened up FNAF that, like, you know, the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise just because he wanted to make some money, and, you know, so he can afford more chocolate, so he can open up a bakery, so then he can create more animatronics. It's like, just stop.
A person's like,
Please, dude.
A person's like, I want to open a store where it's like this, and it says, you only open it because of a reason.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I want to make money. That's the reason.
Dude, like, that's the only
No,
reason the
it's
place
because
is
you were.
open.
It's because you were hurt. When you were a child, you knocked over a microphone stand. So now you make them so you can attack them when no one's looking.
He had a murderous intent at a young age, and the reason he's opened up all of these animatronic places is because he wants kids to die. Okay, he wants them to die. Like, just stop.
There's no story.
It's a goofy game about animatronics that murder you. Okay. Ooh. Come on, man. That stuff's goofy, is what it is.
Like, you know what that reminds me of the microphone when I said the microphone
What
stand?
else? What else does it remind you of?
It reminded me of when I was in
childhood.
Yes, in a sense. It reminded me when I was in middle school when I was in band class. My first concert, and I was in the jazz band for the first time. I went up on stage and knocked the microphone stand.
Oh, great.
And it hit, and then went ding, like on the stage.
Yeah.
And everyone heard it. I'm like,
Yeah, it did.
I'm just gonna continue.
It did like the
walking.
disconnect thing where it just like pierces your ear.
Yeah, it did that. I actually was walking, I hit that, and I heard that sound. I'm like, I'm just gonna keep walking, and someone just picked it up. When I sat down, I looked at the teacher, and she looked at me and like,
Disappointing.
I said to her,
So you're the one ruining the concert.
I said,
Cool. Thanks, dude.
I'm not gonna do my solo tonight. I just can't. Give up. I was just sitting in the back and play. And everyone's like, they're like looking around because there was no program that time. Thank God that had names. It was just they're like, is something supposed to happen? It was me supposed to do the solo. I didn't get up. They're like,
Right.
I'm like, yeah, you just witnessed why.
Yep.
It's like
Stand up,
it's
knock
like
over your music stand, and it all topples.
It's like Rad. He's just like,
dude.
when he goes to plays the game, there's chair. He's like, fuck this chair. I want to throw it out the window for no reason.
Have you ever threw a chair out the window before?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I was in
Out your trailer house?
No, I was outside and there was a trailer on construction and they were trying to dismantle it. There was a bunch of broke windows. I was just sitting there on my bike. I'm like, you know, I'm a young kid. I want to smash shit. And so I saw a chair in a little pile, and I'm like, okay. And I chucked it at the dang trailer, and it shattered the window. I'm like, okay. You know what I did? I grabbed a pallet, put it against it, used the ladder, went inside. I got a lamp, went out, I brought it home, and it still sits in my closet to this day.
You stole a lamp from a house you just threw a chair at?
It was a trailer I was getting dismantled, okay? It would have gone to somewhere. It would have gone to Goodwill, let's be real.
Yes.
I got a free lamp versus paying $1 for it at Goodwill is what I did.
If I could get anything out of this house, it's gonna be a lamp. I need to see
It was the only thing that wasn't broken. That was the
Great.
main reason.
Great.
But why a lamp?
Because
I'm sure there was a treasure trove of something else in
Because
there.
I had a lamp and it was on the fritz. And I'm like, okay, I'll just get a new lamp. That very day, I'm on my bike. I'm like, I wonder where I should go. I wonder if I should go to Target or something. And there's a trailer. Like, I want to see what's in there. I looked at the floor. I'm like, well, I have to go to the
Looks
shop.
at trailer
I'm like,
thinking emoji. There better be a lamp in there.
I go in the trailer. I go in the trailer. I'm like, I wonder if I can find anything that's good. I look in the floor. I'm like, a lamp.
How
Set myself
coincidental.
I'll take
I'm
that.
like, you know, I could go somewhere else in the house and find something worse or more interesting, but you know what? I want free stuff, so I'll take this since I need it. And I just took it home.
Great.
So now I have a lamp, and now that thing sits in my back of my storage room.
I'm just thinking of like a
Yeah.
big decorative lamp. Like
Yeah.
either that
I
or
just
like one of
think
those
he was
long sticks. Like the ones that like you
Well, I
just
have three
twist
of
the
those.
bulb in.
I have the long stick one. I have that. In my closet, there's one that's like a flip switch. Like you just press the little pin thing and it
Yeah.
slides and it activates.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of like wooden carved trees, and it's got a moose kind of a thing. Like it's very dim, like a therapist room. And then the other lamp.
You came to the
is-
podcast for feng shui. Here we go, kids.
And then there's another lamp that has like a old-fashioned 4T model and copper. and it has a little thing. I've had that since my first house I ever lived in.
So what I was imagining is that
I break in and find porno mags. No,
boy.
it's that the neighbors are just looking out their windows, and then they see this kid running across the street with a huge ass lamp that they stole from a different house.
No, you're not wrong. When I walked out, they're like,
This is mine now.
the kid. There was actually a kid who ran inside his parents' house because this trailer was right next to a house. This was in the what do you call it? The compost pile. You know what I'm talking, right?
Yeah.
It was there next to that other house.
Great.
So then the kid saw me run inside the house. Parent comes and says, "Can you just broken or?" I says, two things. One, that house is already broken. It's getting dismantled. Two, I want a lamp. I got a free one instead of going to Goodwill. I literally said that to the guy. He says, "You know what? You sound like a smart kid. That was a smart decision. Go on." They didn't
Point
care.
taken.
Smart kid.
He's just like, "You know what? You actually gave me an actual reason rather than saying I just wanted something cool." I just gave an actual reason.
Great. He saw you just whip a chair into the window, and you were like, "Yo, I'm gonna put this pallet here. I got me a lamp." Okay, hold on, sir. Before I take this, yo, I'm going to Goodwill. If I otherwise, you know, this would be at Goodwill, and like, yo, I'd rather keep $1 than spend $1. And like, I'm just trying to say, like, this is my lamp. Okay, bye.
Yeah,
Like, dude, he just let you take a lamp.
You know, I found
no
more in those
big
woods.
deal.
I found more in those woods. I found a shopping cart from Sears in a crate.
Great.
And you took it?
Yeah, I did. Me and a friend took it out.
Dude, that homeless guy must have been angry.
It was in the water next to a broken refrigerator.
Dude, you stole from that man. He's trying to live out there with his broken refrigerator.
What are you, Bubbles?
Was it 7 Days to Die?
Yeah, dude. Boy's just trying to enjoy
But it was a
it.
Sears shopping cart. It was just upside down and it was kind of like resting on the bottom, like, and it's covered in mud. Like, I guess we'll take it. So we took it, dragged up all the hill, went through the pathway, brought it near Ann Rock, brought it over, and we got down to the office, and we're like, and the kid's like, "I want to decorate." Like, what do you mean? He takes out silly string and sprays the whole thing in it. I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go home. That next day, the car was still there, and there was like 3 guys from the office looking at it like, "What happened?"
Dude, I haven't messed with silly string in forever. Like, not since I was like a kid, dude. That's weird, man. Strange. Like, what? Why would someone be like, "Yo, okay, you know what I want? I want string that, like, you know, kids can shoot out at a party and ruin someone's like furniture with." Silly string. Silly string.
It's like the toy guns you used to get when you buy those little caps and make a little fake fireworks. Like, you're giving kids blanks.
Yeah, dude. I don't even like the pop guns. I think are what you're talking about.
Yep.
Where it's literally like it's a little bandolier, quote unquote. Like it's just like a cylinder. You just put it in, and then every time you click it, it makes like a puff noise.
Yep.
And it doesn't even shoot anything out, but it just like it makes a puff, and then it just makes like a crack or whatever.
It's pretty much just
Strange.
a lighter that vapes is what it was.
Excuse a lighter that vapes.
Yeah. And you press the trigger because when I looked down, it was kind of like that little, that kind of like gray powder stuff that you find sometimes in lighters, depending on how old they are. And it would make that little glow that the lighters did, and then it would just be a puff of smoke. I'm like, just a lighter is what I thought it was, and now vapes exist. And I thought it was like, okay,
What?
the one in my defense, the one I have looks like that.
What are you talking about?
Okay, imagine a stainless steel lighter.
Okay.
And a plastic mold that when you pull it, it makes a sound and it has a glow flame like a regular lighter then, but after, instead of lighting a cigarette, it sprays a thick cloud of smoke like a vape, and it's big as a vape too.
That's really weird.
The cloud of smoke was like this. The milk cows had them. I don't know what happened to them. They might have them still.
I know what I'm talking about, but what you just described has literally thrown me for a loop.
Okay, I may have modified the toy gun
You
a
will
tiny
have to
bit.
show me if you still
Yeah,
have
that sounds
it.
odd.
That sounds ridiculous.
Okay, in my defense, I may have modified the little caps a bit. You know what? I think, actually, no, and I did. You know what I did?
No, I don't know what
I
you
put
did.
something on. I don't know what, but I knew it was flammable, and I gave that little extra kick to it.
Great.
Okay, I'm not the guy from.
So you played with fire.
I'm not the guy from Breaking Bad, and I'm not the guy from Legends. Not that heat guy.
Thank you, Milk House, for sponsoring all of us pyromaniacs. We're out here.
You just supported a future arsonist. No.
Great.
We need a new segment on this podcast. Austin's childhood stories.
All right, kids, it's time for those magical moments with Austin.
Remember the woods?
Cool.
That was. I want to go. You know what? I did that back, and I want to go down that memory. Let's go. Let's switch to a different one.
Austin talks to you instead of Joe Parra talks to you. Great.
That'll be for another time.
You know how parents always worry about their kids. Here's another. You know what?
No,
When it comes to Austin's memories as a child,
Flashback fades in.
black screen,
Scene change.
CG effects.
Great.
In any case, though,
Plot. You're
remember
all
how
pirates.
every parent worries about their kid, and you always had to go to that one therapist just for a week or whatever.
That one therapist? What do you mean?
Okay, so most parents, and at least 50%, so half actually. So half amount of parents will just send their kid to a therapist or someone that will sit down and say, you know what, you need to figure shit out.
I think that's just you and your parents.
Yeah, that. I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
I had Asperger's and ADD, so I guess that's probably why.
I mean, dude, I've got ADD, or I don't even remember. I think it's ADHD.
Yeah, that's
but
what I have.
oh my
But with
gosh.
Asperger's, though,
How? What? They sent you
My
to
mom
a
and-
special therapist?
my mom and dad were pretty stupid back then. I mean, I'm saying I'm
R.I.P.
stretching that.
R.I.P. to the
I'm
parents.
stretching that
I'm
as far
so
as
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, my mom's like, me and my mom were like, you know what, I love you 20%. My mom was like, maybe 10th of the day, depends on how work went. That's really how it is. I love you about 20%. And then 10 minutes later, you know what, now you're down 10. I'm like, okay.
What a loving son and mother relationship.
No, it works pretty well that way. In any case, though, the first therapist and the only therapist I went to,
Okay.
well, technically this out of two. The first one, turns out he tried to figure shit out. I'm like, you know what? I wonder if I can screw over a therapist. I got him to play pool every day and look up Chinese restaurants on the computer for me. And that's why I went. And then every week I know, I don't want to go to this Chinese restaurant for this week. That's what I did. I got a psychiatrist to look up. My insurance paid the guy $100, and he just looked up, played pool, and just looked up Chinese restaurants.
Why?
Let's just say he was not a very smart therapist. He was not.
So what did you do then?
I played pool and went to Chinese
played pool?
restaurants. That's what I did.
I thought you said he did it, and then just left you there.
Yeah, he did. I said, hey, can you do this Chinese? I said, can you do this? Can you look at this? I said, can you look at some Chinese restaurants? Like, can you just, yeah, sure. I mean, just log in and look them up. And I said, you want to play pool? And he said, yeah, sure. And I want to play pool. That's what I did. I just did that for an hour. The second one I thought looked like, how should I say it? Okay, did you have any of you seen Deadpool 2?
Nope.
I have, yes.
Okay.
Great movie.
You're the guy that parachutes. That's just a regular guy with a mustache. And for you, if you don't know, Paul Blart.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen him around. I don't remember what his name is.
That was who my therapist.
I think it's Pete.
The
I
second
think it is
therapist was.
Pete. That's a little weird.
2 days later, he gets arrested for molestation.
Really?
Great.
I thought to myself, I could have been that kid.
What a wonderful world, dude. That's rough.
My parents like, you know what? My
2 days later, molestation.
My
Dude,
parents-
what
That's
what's
awful, but
going
it's
on
funny.
with this therapist?
My parents looked at me and says, "You outsmarted one somehow, and the other one went down that path. Yeah, you're good. You're smart enough. You're on your own." And my dad,
He put the space right after the in therapist, dude. I'm telling you, he became what it is. That's rough, man.
oh, for him
That's rough.
in jail.
That's rough for him and the kids he touched. I'm
I'm talking about.
goodness.
that sucks, dude. That sucks.
I feel bad.
Man.
I feel bad for those kids, but I guess must be rough in jail for him now.
Yeah, dude. And that was your segue for the day. Thanks for tuning in. No.
So, looks
Yeah.
like that's a good place to end it here.
All right.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
See you next time on Austin's Memories.
All right.
Yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 4.
Yeah, dude.